5 days in, 12 matches played, goals, upsets, red cards, and drama nobody saw coming. Today we recap every single result from the 2026 World Cup so far and preview the biggest matches happening today. Let's go. Welcome to Football Chronicles, your daily World Cup hub. The 2026 World Cup has already delivered, and we are only just getting started. Here is everything that has happened so far and what to look out for today. The World Cup kicked off at the iconic Estadio Azteca, and Mexico made history immediately. Julian Quiñones, born in Colombia but representing El Tri, scored the very first goal of the 2026 World Cup just 9 minutes in. Raul Jimenez added a second to seal a 2-0 win over South Africa. The match also made headlines for 3 red cards, the first time it has happened in a World Cup opener in 20 years. Later that night, South Korea came from behind to beat Czechia 2-1 in Guadalajara. Czechia opened the scoring through Ladislav Krejci in the 59th minute, but South Korea hit back with 2 quickfire goals. Hwang In-beom and Oh Hyun-gyu were the heroes. Both Mexico and South Korea sit top of Group A with 3 points each. Their clash on June 18 could decide who tops the group. They, too, belong to the United States. In front of a sold-out SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, the hosts destroyed Paraguay 4-1. The opener came through a Damian Bobadilla own goal in just the 7th minute. Fuller and Balogun then scored twice before halftime, and Gio Reyna added a stunning late fourth. Paraguay's only consolation came through Mauricio in the 73rd minute. Christian Pulisic was outstanding all night, but it was Balogun who stole the headlines. A huge statement from the co-hosts. Meanwhile, in Group B, Canada drew 1-1 with Bosnia and Herzegovina in Toronto, and it was Bosnia who drew first blood. Jovo Lukic powered a header beyond goalkeeper Maxime Crepeau in the 21st minute, flicked on from a corner by Sead Kolasinac. It was Lukic's first ever international goal. Canada dominated, nearly 68% possession in 9 corners, but could not find a way through until substitute Silly Larin came off the bench and scored just 121 seconds after being introduced in the 78th minute. A historic moment. Canada's first ever point in World Cup history, having lost all 6 of their previous World Cup matches across 1986 and 2022. Day 3 gave us the most anticipated match of the opening round, Brazil versus Morocco, and Morocco drew first blood. Ismail Saibari split Brazil's defense and delicately chipped the ball over goalkeeper Alisson in the 21st minute after a brilliant through ball from Brahim Diaz. But Brazil hit back 11 minutes later when Vinicius Jr. weaved past 2 defenders and fired into far corner to make it 1-1. An enthralling match that ended all square. Neither side would be satisfied. Elsewhere, Scotland beat Haiti 1-0 in Group C. John McGinn with a goal in the 28th minute. A historic win for Scottish football after a 28-year absence from the World Cup. In Group B, Switzerland and Qatar drew 1-1 in a dramatic finish. Briel Embolo gave Switzerland the lead from the penalty spot, but a Maromahim own goal right at the death handed Qatar shock point. Their first ever in World Cup history, having lost all 3 games when it hosted in 2022, and Australia delivered the upset of the tournament so far, beating Turkey 2-0 in Vancouver. Nestri Irankada with a brilliant early finish and Connor Metcalf with a long-range strike in the 75th minute sealed one of the biggest shocks of the opening round. Day 4 was the most dramatic yet. 4 matches, 14 goals. Germany opened their Group E campaign with a statement 7-1 demolition of Curaçao and Houston. Felix Mecca opened the scoring after just 6 minutes. Curaçao then had their historic moment. Livano Caminencha equalized to score the first ever World Cup goal for the Caribbean island nation. The crowd went wild, but Germany then scored 6 unanswered goals. Kai Havertz scored twice. Jamal Musiala, Nathaniel Brown, Deniz Undav, and Leon Goretzka also got on the score sheet. A ruthless, clinical performance from a 4-time world champions. And the same group, Ivory Coast beat Ecuador 1-0 with a dramatic 90th minute winner from Amad Diallo, one of the goals of the tournament so far. Ivory Coast top Group B alongside Germany. In Group F, Netherlands and Japan delivered a 2-2 thriller in Dallas. Virgil van Dijk headed the Dutch in front in the 50th minute. Kito Nakamura fired a stunning equalizer. Crescencio Somerville then put the Dutch back ahead with a sensational strike, before Daichi Kamada deflected home a late header in the 89th minute to earn Japan a dramatic point. What a match. And Sweden rounded off the day with a dominant 5-1 win over Tunisia. Yassine Ayari scoring twice, including a long-range screamer, with Alexander Isak, Victor Gyökeres, and Matthias Svanberg also on target. Sweden's biggest World Cup win since 1938. So here's the full scoreboard from the first 4 days. Now let's preview today's 4 matches, and this is where it gets really exciting. Spain versus Cabo Verde. Spain opened their campaign against the ultimate underdog, Cabo Verde, in this exciting Group H fixture. The #1 ranked team in the world against a nation just happy to be here. Spain's possession game will suffocate them, but watch Lamine Yamal closely. This is his stage. Who scores first for Spain? Drop it below. Saudi Arabia versus Uruguay. Saudi Arabia, the team that shocked Argentina in 2022, versus Uruguay and their Darwin Nunez Valverde partnership. Saudi will sit deep and counter. Uruguay will push for the win. Tight, physical, could go either way. Who takes it all in Group H? Belgium versus Egypt, the match of the day. 2 favorites to top Group G, De Bruyne versus Salah. 2 legends, 1 pitch, everything to play for. Belgium have the squad. Egypt have the moment. Salah will not want to leave this World Cup without making his mark. Goals incoming. Who gets one first? Iran versus New Zealand to close out the day, and the underdogs of Group G. Iran are organized and hard to beat. New Zealand are here to make history. Don't sleep on this one. The result shapes the entire Group G table. That is your full World Cup update. Every result so far, every goal, explained, and today's 4 matches previewed. Which game are you most excited about today? Who scores the goal of the tournament? And most importantly, who wins the 2026 World Cup? Drop everything in the comments below. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for daily World Cup content. And we will see you tomorrow with a full recap of today's action.